Proverbs 4:26 and 27. Yes, 26 and 27. Ponder the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established. Do not turn to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove your foot from evil. You know, we should keep in the path of the Lord. As long as we're following Him, we're going to do what's right. To be in the will of the Lord is to be in right. But to be out of the will of the Lord is sin, and that's evil. So if we're doing anything other than what the Lord wants us to do, we're in sin. So as long as we're following Him, we're going on that path of righteousness. Okay, Joshua 2:15 through 24. Okay, then she left. This is talking about Rahab. Then she let them down by the cord through the window, for her house was open upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. So she's waiting, she's helping them down. God sent them the right person, the right house. She ends up becoming the ancestor to Christ. And she said unto them, Get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers light upon you, and hide yourself 3 days until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may ye go your way. Okay, because of her profession, she's probably used to telling people this. She probably knew how things worked. Apparently, she knew they searched for about 3 days and then they were fine. She knew where the easiest place for them to hide was. But it took work on their part. They couldn't just try to go home. God expects us to do our part. Their part was to hide in the mountains 3 days. Yes, God would have kept them safe, but they needed to listen. Sometimes people say things we need to listen to, and it helps us in our walk with God. And this was one of them things. Sometimes the best advice comes from the least likely of sources. She knew that the Lord was with them, because otherwise she would have saved them and asked them to save her. But she also knew the Lord being with them, there's still certain things you need to do. We can't just expect Him to take care of everything. He will, but there's always what He wants us to do. It's more of doing what He wants us to do, so He can use us. Verse 17. And then the men said unto her, We will be guiltless of thine oath which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window, which thou didst let us down by. And thou shalt gather unto thee into the house thy father, thy mother, and thy brethren, all the father's household. So the cord she helped them down by was going to be the same cord put in her window. So she could be saved. She didn't know when. She knew she had over 3 days, but she didn't know how long. I don't think it took her much time to put that cord in the window. Sometimes we wait, we hold on to it, expecting we got time. We got time to do what's right. And then they come to destroy the city, and but wait, I got this. It's not in the window. Death comes when we were saying we still had time to come to Christ. I see Rahab let them down put the cord immediately in the window, and then went to get her family. Say, hey, you stay with me for a little bit. And then explain to them why. Sometimes we gotta, the hardest people sometimes reaches their own family. Verse 19. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head. And we will be guiltless, and whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on our head, if any hand come upon him. So they're saying, as long as they're in this house, you're good. It will be on us, which they're saved because they're taking an oath. At this point in time, an oath is a very serious thing to take. So for them to say, they're willing to, if something happens to them, they're going to die. They're staking their lives on saving them if they're in that house. But if thou utter this business, then we will be guiltless of thine oath which thou hast made us swear. So if she tells the people, hey, they're coming to destroy the city, anybody, this was kind of to have her family come in, you know, without actually getting news spread, would have not been an easy thing necessarily. But she was the only one to know that they were coming to destroy Jericho next. So if word got out, it'd be on her and oath would be gone. If they came there and the army was built up ready, Rahab ain't gonna be saved. Type thing. But I say with that, they also were prepared in case they were ready. And she did let them know. Which we need to be prepared regardless. Even if we don't have to fight. Even if we don't have to. We need to be prepared to use our sword. Even when we don't gotta draw it. Some people don't need to be hit by the sword. Because they already got the spirit. They don't want to put up a fight. Or they don't want to put up a fight. And she said, according unto your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed, and she bound the scarlet line in the window, so she puts it there immediately. And they went and came into the mountain, and abode there 3 days, until the pursuers were returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. See, if they were continuing to move, they would have took about the same path, instead of hidden, and they would have found them. But them hiding in the mountains, staying, they didn't find them. Then the 2 men returned and descended from the mountain and passed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all that had befallen them. And they said unto Joshua, truly the Lord hath delivered into our hands all the land. Moreover, all the inhabitants of the land do melt away before us. You know, it's interesting, because Rahab showed more faith than the people at the time of Moses, because she believed in the power of the Lord. She heard the stories of what happened in Egypt. The Israelites at that time lived it, yet they couldn't trust God to take them in the promised land because they were giants. Rahab knows knew that, would have known there was giants there. But she also knew that the Lord was bigger and could conquer them. It's funny that somebody not even part of their faith helps show strong faith like that.